Close your eyes. Let the weight of the day fall away from your shoulders. Let your arms grow heavy, your legs sink deeper, your jaw unclench and soften. There is nowhere you need to be right now. There is nothing waiting for you tonight except rest. Breathe in slowly and out, in and out. With every breath you take, you are moving further from the noise of the day and closer to something quiet and still. Something that has been waiting patiently for you all evening. Let it come now. Let it take you gently by the hand and lead you somewhere safe, somewhere high above the world, somewhere cold and clear and beautiful, somewhere you can finally stop. Imagine you have been walking for hours. The path beneath your feet is narrow and uneven. Loose stones and patches of hard-packed snow that crunch softly with every step. On either side of you, the world drops away into valleys so deep and wide that the bottom has disappeared into blue shadow. Above you, the peaks are white and still against a darkening sky, enormous and ancient, and completely indifferent to the smallness of everything below. You have been climbing for a long time. You are not sure exactly how you came to be here, only that the path led upward and you followed it, the way you sometimes follow things in dreams without quite knowing why. The air at this altitude is different, thinner, colder. Each breath comes with a faint, clean sharpness that reaches all the way down into your lungs. And there is a particular stillness here that does not exist lower down, where the world is loud and complicated and full of demands. Here, there is only the mountain and the snow and the sound of your own footsteps growing slower now. The light is failing. The sky above the peaks has deepened from pale blue to something richer, a deep, soft indigo that holds the last warmth of the sun along the horizon in a narrow band of gold and amber. Stars are appearing one at a time in the darkest part of the sky overhead. Not the faint, uncertain stars you see from cities, but real stars, bright and steady and impossibly numerous, as though someone has taken a handful of light and scattered it across the dark without counting. You stop walking for a moment and look up. The mountain holds you in its silence. The cold presses gently against your cheeks, your nose, the backs of your hands. Your breath rises in small, pale clouds and dissolves into the air. And for a moment, standing here between the snow and the stars, you feel something that is very close to peace. Then, further up the path, you see a light. It is warm and amber, the kind of light that means shelter, means fire, means rest. You follow it. The path curves around an outcrop of dark rock, and there it is, a mountain lodge, low and solid, built from stone and heavy timber in the way that mountain buildings are made. Not to be beautiful, but to last. To hold against the wind and the weight of snow and the long, cold months when nothing moves up here except the weather. It is beautiful anyway. The windows glow. Smoke rises from a wide stone chimney at one end, dark against the stars. The roof is thick with snow, packed smooth and even, a perfect white layer that softens every angle. Around the building, a wooden porch wraps the front and one side, and from somewhere inside comes a sound so faint you almost miss it. The deep, rhythmic creak of a rocking chair on old boards. You push open the heavy door. The warmth hits you like something physical, a wall of it, rich and deep, carrying with it the smell of pine wood burning and something cooking far away in a kitchen you cannot see, something warm and slow and fragrant. You step inside and pull the door closed behind you. The cold disappears immediately, replaced by this encompassing, generous heat that seems to come from everywhere at once. The main room is large and low-ceilinged, the beams above you dark and thick. A stone fireplace dominates the far wall, a proper mountain fireplace, wide and deep, the fire inside it serious and substantial. 3 large logs burn steadily, the flames tall and orange and gold, casting moving shadows across the wooden walls, across the worn rugs on the floor, across the deep chairs arranged in a loose semicircle facing the warmth. You choose a chair. It is enormous, high-backed, covered in something soft and warm, the kind of chair that seems to have been designed for exactly this moment, for exactly this kind of tiredness. You sink into it and feel the tension leave your back, your shoulders, the back of your neck, all at once, as though the chair has taken it from you deliberately and is holding it so you do not have to. Your boots are heavy. Your coat is damp at the collar from the cold outside. But inside, here, none of that matters. You are in. You are warm. You are found. Outside, the snow has begun to fall. You can see it through the wide window beside your chair. Soft flakes drifting past the glass in the amber light that spills from the lodge, each one distinct for just a moment before it joins the others on the ground below. The snow falls quietly. It does not rush. It has all night and is content to take its time, building up in slow, patient layers on the porch railing, on the wood pile stacked neatly against the wall outside, on the broad backs of the mountains that stretch away in every direction into the dark. You watch it fall. There is something deeply, specifically soothing about watching snow fall at night. It asks nothing of you. It carries no urgency. It simply falls, the way it has fallen on these mountains for thousands of years before you arrived, and will fall for thousands of years after you are gone. In the context of all that snow, all that time, your worries are very small. The things that felt enormous this morning are very small. Everything that felt pressing and urgent and impossible to put down for even a moment is very, very small. You let it be small. The fire shifts behind you, a log settling deeper, a brief brightening of the light, a soft crackling that rises and then quiets again. The room smells of wood smoke and pine and the faint sweetness of old wood that has been warm for a very long time. On a low table nearby, someone has left a mug. You reach for it without thinking and wrap both hands around it, feeling the warmth move through your palms, into your fingers, spreading slowly up through your wrists and arms. The heat is perfect. You take a slow sip, something warm and slightly sweet, herbal and faintly spiced, the kind of drink that seems to know exactly where to go inside you, settling somewhere deep and central, warming you from the inside out in a way that has nothing to do with temperature and everything to do with something older and simpler. Rest, it says. You are allowed to rest now. The snow is falling more steadily now. Through the window, the world beyond the lodge has become soft and white and indistinct. The sharp edges of the rocks and trees and ridgelines all softened by the accumulating snow. The whole mountain becoming something gentler, quieter, more forgiving than it was an hour ago. The peaks are invisible now. Somewhere above you, they are still there, enormous and unmoved, exactly as they were before the snow came. But the cloud has come down and wrapped them, and what you can see through the window is simply white falling through the amber light and then darkness beyond. You find this beautiful. There is something about being inside when snow is falling outside, something about the particular quality of warmth and shelter that only exists in contrast to cold, that reaches something very old inside the human body. Something that remembers what it meant to be safe once, a long time ago. The fire, the walls, the roof, the snow on the outside of everything, and the warmth on the inside. The fundamental animal satisfaction of being in rather than out. You are in. Every part of you knows it. Your legs are very heavy now. You are aware of them in the way you become aware of your body only when it is deeply relaxed. As weight, as warmth, as something substantial and real and completely at rest. Your arms have sunk into the armrests of the chair. Your hands are loose around the mug, which has grown cooler now, the warmth slowly moving outward into the air of the room. Your breathing is slow, in and out, in and out, each breath a little slower than the last. Each exhale releasing something, some small held tension, some unconscious grip, until there is very little left to release and you are simply breathing, simply here, simply resting in this chair, in this room, in this lodge, on this mountain, in the middle of a night that is white and quiet and endless. The fire has burned lower, not out. It will not go out for a long time yet. The logs are too thick and the grate too well made for that. But lower. The tall flames of an hour ago have become something more settled, more intimate. The light in the room has shifted from bright gold to something deeper and redder, the shadows at the edges of the room growing longer and softer, the ceiling above you dim and warm. You are barely awake now, or perhaps you are not awake at all. Perhaps you have already crossed the boundary without noticing, the way you sometimes do when you are very tired and the surroundings are very comfortable, and there is nothing to pull you back to wakefulness. Perhaps the warmth and the firelight and the sound of the snow have already done their work, and you are somewhere else entirely, somewhere that looks a little like this room, but has its own logic, its own geography, its own soft and shifting rules. It does not matter. Whether you are here or there, whether this is sleep or something close to it, you are safe. You are warm. The mountain is all around you, enormous and still, carrying the weight of all this snow with complete indifference, as it has always done. The lodge is solid. The fire is breathing. The snow is falling outside in the dark, softly, continuously, covering everything in quiet white. Let the last thoughts go now. They are not needed here. Whatever was unfinished today, whatever was complicated, whatever felt too heavy or too urgent or too tangled to put down, it has been put down. You put it down somewhere on the mountain path, perhaps, before you found the lodge. Or perhaps you left it at the door when you came inside. Either way, it is not here with you in this chair, in this warmth. Here there is only the fire and the snow and the deep, patient dark outside, and your own breathing, which has become so slow and so quiet that you can barely feel it, only the faintest rise and fall, like the surface of still water responding to something far below. Sleep now. Let the chair hold you. Let the fire warm you. Let the snow go on falling outside in its own silent and unhurried way, building up slowly on every surface of the mountain, softening the world, making it quieter and simpler and more forgiving with every hour that passes. The mountains were here before you arrived. They will be here when you wake. Nothing is required of them, and nothing is required of you. Only this, only rest, only the slow and effortless return to something simple and deep that your body has always known how to do. You are lost in the mountains, and there is nowhere else you would rather be. Let your eyes be closed, let your breath be slow. Let the warmth of the fire and the sound of the snow and the deep, sure weight of the mountains all around you hold you exactly where you are, in this perfect stillness, in this perfect quiet. You are safe, you are warm, you are home. Sleep now. Good night.